What's up, everybody? It's your boy Magnus.Magneto from Now Never Crew, and today we're doing another video, but we're at Burnett Marine Park today, so it's gonna be an extra fabulous day. So today we're going over the top 10 things I wish I knew when I started breaking. Number 10, eat, sleep, live, break. So what do I mean by that? So I can't stop, yo. Anyone that doesn't think food's addictive, eat vegetable things. These things are like crack cocaine, I guarantee. So growing up, when I first started, I thought the reason that I wasn't getting better was because I didn't make breaking my whole life. It was just something I did. I thought that for me to be a good B-boy, I'm not talking about the best in the world, I'm not talking about being like an Olympic athlete, I'm just talking about being good. To get very good, I thought I had to eat, sleep, live, break. That means everything I did, breaking. Everything I thought, breaking. Always focusing on breaking. I was like, the only way I'm gonna improve at like a fast pace and fast level is to make this-ish my whole life. And that was my number 10 biggest mistake that I wish I realized, was that I don't have to, and that people as human beings, we don't have to dedicate our whole lives to one thing to be good at it. I'm not talking about being the best in the world, I'm just talking about being good. You can be good or even great at many, many things in life. You don't have to dedicate your every waking minute to one singular thing. If you learn how to be productive and have high quality trainings and practices and to live your life a certain way, you don't have to dedicate everything to this. But with that being said, because people are gonna be like, oh, but Magnus, in the past, you talked about living it and eating it and sleeping it and making it your whole existence. Yes. If that's natural for you, by all means, do it. I'm just saying, to improve and progress, you don't have to do that. That's what I'm talking about here. When I was younger, I believed to simply progress at a fast pace, I had to live it, which is wrong. That's what I'm trying to get at here. And that was a myth I believed growing up, was that I needed to do that if I wanted to be something worth talking about. Number 9. More conditioning, less breaking. But what? If you want to improve as a b-boy, you must break more. Yes, you're not wrong. I wish I knew how relevant and important conditioning, mobility, body rehab was, stretching, all of that. I wish I knew just how important this was for the longevity and progression of breaking. I was like, oh, well, if I'm injured, yeah, then I'll definitely do the rehab and whatever to get it in. But I didn't realize that to actually improve faster, if I was more mobile, had a better conditioned body, I was more flexible, all these things would make my breaking 10 times better. So again, I'm not saying you just do way less breaking to improve and you must only condition. I'm talking about basically, let's say you're doing 100% breaking. Dial that down to 75% or even 60%, and then add the last 40 to 15 to 25% conditioning, stretching, flexibility, etc. I always stretch, I understood that, but I'm talking about at home. So doing body rehab, doing conditioning, doing stretching, doing mobility exercises and workouts, working on your weaknesses outside of breaking. If you can do that, then when you break, your body is gonna be primed and prepped to train. It's gonna be already in a position where you don't injure yourself because you're ready to do those movements. The reason why we get injured on so many times is because our body is not ready to do that movement. So if we get our body more and more ready outside of training and outside of breaking, then when we do break, our body is gonna be prepped and ready for it so that we won't get injured. So it's not only gonna minimize your injuries, it's also gonna maximize your training, your progression, and all of the above. Number 8, take injuries seriously. Now I think this is the perfect segue from the last one, because let's go a little bit closer. So, number 8, taking injuries seriously. What I mean by this is, I wish from the get-go that I knew and I was aware that certain injuries can become acute injuries and long-term injuries, and they will last for a long time if you don't simply rest and stop and take a moment to chill. Now, I know it's difficult, especially for someone like me who's a workaholic and a perfectionist, to take injuries seriously and not to just be a man and push through it and who cares if you're injured? Let's just go. No, don't do that anymore. Because if you do that, that's going to turn into a more prolonged injury, and then you're going to be struggling with an injured body and not be able to train full out for a long time, simply because you couldn't stop for a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe even 3 days. A lot of injuries are only tiny little things, and then if you rest for 3 days, 6 days, a week, whatever, it may completely heal. But by you pushing through that and not giving it the proper rest and recuperation that it needs, you're delaying that process, and you're actually making it so that you're gonna delay the time before you can train full out again. Like this guy is currently right now. So be better than me, don't be like me, and actually rest. And also, go talk to professional guys. Please, if you're injured, get support. Whether that's physiotherapy, whether that's go to a doctor. Don't be one of those B-boys like, oh, I never go to a doctor. Like, just go. Go and talk to at least a movement specialist or somebody. So, number 8 is take your injuries seriously. Isn't this dope? I love balancing rocks. Okay, guys, trying to find my hand placement here. Number 7, just stop. Just stop. Now, this is something literally, like, I went years, and the most I stopped, if ever, was like if I was super sick or if I was like incapacitated as far as like injury wise goes, like super disabled. I would not stop, and because of that, it made a lot of depression, mental health issues, and also just lack of perspective, and also made my training go very flat and dry because I didn't know how to stop. I couldn't. It was literally like an addiction. I could not stop breaking because it was my identity. So if I stopped, who the heck was I? So then if I got injured or something, I would literally fall into huge depression because I didn't know how to stop. If you learn how to take breaks from breaking, then it's gonna help you a lot because you're actually gonna appreciate breaking, and you're gonna be able to live life more outside of breaking, and then bring everything that you got outside of breaking back into breaking when you come back. So learning how to stop is okay, guys. I know you're like, oh, I can't improve unless I literally break all day. I literally have a video, top 10 things you can do to improve outside of breaking without breaking. So if someone would have told me growing up all these things, and that, like, you know, there's gonna be months and years and days you may not train, and if you take a week off now when you're in your prime or whatever, it's not gonna make you worse. Especially when it comes to injuries. If I knew how to stop, then it would have helped me so much. Number 6, stay consistent, boy. Stay consistent. What's that mean? Well, that means this. It's comfortable, I don't know what to do. So, number 6, stay consistent. What I mean by this is try to stay consistent with whatever you're training. Me being ADD AF, as you can see, I'm changing the camera angle every second because I get bored. And I'm a creative, and I hate the same thing over and over again if it doesn't have tons of variety in it. Hence why I don't have tons of power moves, because it just bored the heck out of me to train, dog. Like, I want to create weird stuff. It's always what I want to do. So with breaking, the thing is, and with anything, not just breaking, if you are bouncing all over the place, it's gonna be hard to progress in a select area. So if you want to get things all over the place, great. Like if I want 1,000 camera angles during this video, great, that works perfectly because that fits who I am. But now if I want, like, let's say a windmill, and I'm training like windmills and crickets and jackhammers and starfish freezes and jiggly puff crazy head spin moves, like, you're not gonna progress your windmills that quickly because you're bouncing all over the place. So if you can dedicate yourself to staying consistent in a couple areas, you're gonna progress at a very quick pace. Because how many moves are there in breaking that you've been like, oh, I really want that your whole career and you've never got it? Because I know for me, there's quite a few. Simply because I like got close and then I stopped, and I did some of it and then I stopped, and I did some of this and then I went over there and I went over there, went over there. If you can learn how to stay consistent with your training, and if someone would have been really hard on my butt, being like, no, you're gonna get this and move on, get this and move on, get this and move on, I think it would have helped me a lot growing up. Even if I knew that for myself, if I was like, look, you can get these moves. All you have to do is stay consistent at training the progressions. But I didn't really understand that. So it took me a long time to get certain moves because I didn't understand that if I just drilled the progressions, I was gonna get it. But I wasn't hard on myself with that. I just bounced around all over the place. Okay, number 5, while I plum and banana it. So, wait, let me take a bite first. Oh, that's succulent, boy. Dang. Sorry, y'all. I had to eat that whole thing. That was way too good. Why the heck don't people eat plums more often? Plums are bomb. Why don't I eat plums more often? If you don't see me eating a plum at least once a month, then complain at me, okay? Spam me, troll me, do what you need to do, because that ish needs to be happening. Okay, finding a position that I'm actually comfortable in. So number 5 is think less, do more. Man, this list is crappy. I literally feel physically attacked by this list. It is literally way too on the nail as far as my weaknesses went with growing up. But I guess that's the whole point of this, hey, is me bringing up the things that I wish I knew. So, think less, do more. Hardest thing for me, hands down. I am the biggest, most chronic, my nose is running from the ocean, overthinker you could meet. Literally, like, I overthink everything. So as far as breaking went, I thought so much, which had its benefits, don't get me wrong, because it meant that I definitely could create my whole style. All the moves I see, you guys see that I use for tutorials. Because of my mind, I'm able to create so much. So it has its pluses by all means. I'm also weighed down by chronically overthinking all the time. And when I was younger and I had tons of anxieties, and I had way more anxiety and depression and insecurity coming up, it was way harder to not be lost in an overthinking process. So really, at the end of the day, breaking is breaking. Try to overthink it a little bit less, okay? You have all the hours of the day when you're not breaking to be thinking. When you're actually training, just train, bro. Just train. Try to think a little bit less. After practice, by all means, go ham. Okay, but while you're training, while you're actually progressing your movement, try to focus fully on the next move, the next rep, the next creation. Just keep trying to do a little bit more and think a little bit less, because if you're like me and you're one of those people that sit at practice thinking and you end up realizing that you've sat at practice maybe more than you've trained, literally physically call it out right now, like this is BS. Wow, it's way too sunny for me to take those off. So, on that note, think a little bit less, guys. Do a little bit more, and your practices you're gonna find are gonna get a lot more efficient, effective, and focused. All right, number 4, while I enjoy my beach, is, let's be honest, I'm gonna eat this first and then talk, so 1 second. Okay, thanks for being patient. Number 4, having other passions. I think today is a perfect day for me to show you this because, as you saw, I just went slacklining. I went swimming, I've been messing around, climbing trees, doing all these different things. And growing up, if I would have tried to diversify my passions a little bit more, rather than just break, then I think I would have had a lot more inspiration that I could have got from those other passions to bring into breaking. Now, yes, I had things that I dabbled in, but I never really let myself fully dive into anything else because breaking was, you know, everything, right? So it's okay to have other passions, and it's almost beneficial, I would say, to have other passions. Because, for instance, when I got injured the first time, when I had really bad wrist injuries, and why I quit breaking was because it was everything. My whole life had been built around breaking. So then when breaking fell away, if you lose your passion for it, you lose your happiness in it, or you get injured or you can't do it for some reason, and it's all you have, it's gonna be really hard. You're gonna have like a little middle life crisis. So if you can explore other passions as well, you're gonna find yourself a lot happier. I know I did. As you guys know, when I started modeling, it it gave me another passion to really pursue so that I could put my energy into something that wasn't just breaking. Now, I did it in a very extreme way, and I think there's a way you can do it in a more healthy way. And that's by pursuing other passions while breaking as well. Boy, it was loud. Because the thing is, everything life-wise we can bring into breaking. So the more passions and things that we pursue on all different levels, the more that it's gonna benefit our breaking. Okay, number 3, the idea that filming yourself is bad. So growing up, I don't know why, but I guess because it's like, maybe it's not real or something, but there was this stigma kind of around the, like, not everybody, but a certain amount of B-boys and B-girls has kind of idea that like filming yourself was bad, and you shouldn't be filming yourself so much, you should just be training. But for someone like me, I work better on camera, hence why I YouTube a lot. And I feel like I train harder and I'm more accountable in training when I am filming myself. So I actually work better while filming myself. And on top of that, just how football players and everything, they watch their games, they watch their practices the next day when they get home, whatever, to review their training, to review how they're doing, to review their moves. We can do that as well with breaking. And I wish I started doing this when I was younger, because when I started doing it later on, it benefited me so much and it really helped my training. Now I know there is the other bigger reason, which is a lot of people don't like watching themselves on camera, and they don't want to face what they look like, or they don't want to face that stigma of, oh, I don't want to see myself because I hate how I look or whatever. It's like, no man, that's whack. I think anyone that is running that, like, work on that, because that's just self-hatred, dog. Like, that's not gonna help you. If you're constantly looking at yourself, you're gonna constantly make yourself better. YouTube has helped me so much. Yes, it's hard to face yourself. Yes, it's hard to look at your flaws in the face, but if you can do that, you're gonna benefit so much, and you're gonna only improve at a faster and higher pace. So I'd really recommend filming yourself, and don't make the same mistakes I did by holding that off and being too scared or insecure to do that. Do what they do and you'll get what they get. So what would you like for your background? Let's see, I will take the lightsaber, kids. Like, is that even a question, dog? So, what do I mean by this? I know, it's simple. Do what they do and you'll get what they get. Everyone's heard it before, but I want to talk about it a little bit differently this time. And that's in the sense of the negative, okay? Because a lot of people are like, okay, this person is here. If I do what they do, I will get there. Now, this is true, but it is also not the full picture. And that's kind of what I want to chat about. The negative effects of trying to emulate what another person does on your body. We all have unique body types, we all have unique lives, we all have unique personalities, and we all have unique things that work and don't work for us. Now, if we blindly jump into someone else's full-on lifestyle, schedule, training regimen without properly researching and being aware of what works best for you, you can have a lot of negative things happen to you because of it. And I've found this many times. I've tried to do training ways, schedules, and styles that work really well for people that are my mentors and or people that I look up to. And a lot of times I've forced myself into situations that haven't benefited me because I thought that if I did what they did, I would get what they would get. Now, again, to degrees, that is correct. But really be careful with that, because try instead to find people that can coach you within you. If they can tailor trainings to what works best for you, then that's always the best. So try to take nuggets from your mentors, your inspirations, etc., and try to apply them to yourself. If you try to copy exactly what they're doing, it's not gonna work because you're not them. Now, I know that's easier said than done, because if you're not aware of what works best for you, it's gonna be really challenging, obviously. So the best way is to try a ton of different things, taste as much as you can, and then see what works best for you, and then tailor your training, your progression, etc. around that. If I would have known that growing up it would have helped me a lot to not make the mistake of blindly following others where I shouldn't have. Number 10, follow what feels natural and is fun. I'm not sure how long this video is gonna last, and by this video I mean this clip, because I'm in the sauna and it's hot and the phone is gonna overheat pretty quickly, so I'm gonna try and get through this last one quickly. What I mean by this is, when I was younger, I thought I had to follow specific things to improve. I never thought about following what was simply fun and that I enjoyed naturally. Now, this was a big mistake for me because growing up, I didn't necessarily have the most fun breaking that I could have. I had fun, don't get me wrong, but I could have had way more if I allowed myself to really pursue the areas that I found really enjoyable and fun. But unfortunately, I didn't as much as I could have, which is why I'm doing it now, because I'm older and I know better. But the reason so many people get so good is because they're doing what's natural to them, they're doing what's fun for them. They're doing the styles that really empower them. Now, I know, yes, we all want to do power and this, or footwork, or freeze or top rock, and we're told we should do and achieve all these said things. And I'm not saying not to, I'm just saying understand that's not the be-all end-all. At the end of the day, do what's most fun to you, do what's the most natural. If someone told that to me, really told that to me and drilled it into my system, I feel like that would have benefited me a lot, because I didn't do that much. I believed I had to achieve all these things to be a quote-unquote good b-boy. But unfortunately, that's not the fact. That's not truth, that's not the reality. So with that all being said, don't forget to have fun and follow what's natural to you. And not saying don't push and do things that are extreme and things that you may not enjoy and things that push your boundaries, because that's important too. For instance, coming out of the splits here, everybody. Yes, I did that whole thing while in the splits. For instance, this room is so hot, if I do this, that's burning my hand. But I can bear it. I just have to breathe through it and focus on the pain, and it slowly gets less and less and less. So that's not to say that things that are unnatural aren't good for us, because sometimes, woo, stuff like that, when it's too extreme, you know. But play with it where you can gauge discomfort is very good for you to work through. But don't make it your whole practice. Don't make it your whole be-all end-all, because there's a lot of things that you can do that are unnatural, that are good for you, and there's a lot of things that you want to pursue that are good for you and are natural. So try to push what's natural and what you have fun with, because that's going to make you enjoy this dance, enjoy this culture, and enjoy this whole ecosystem, baby. With that being said, everybody, your boy's dripping. Are you still on? You are. Dope. Your boy's dripping. As you can see, it's been a fabulous day. I got a lot done. I'm really happy. Thank you for following me along with all of it, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done all this. But because I'm documenting it, I was motivated to get in there and get it done. So thank you for making me feel better and making me feel my best self. I hope I helped you, and I hope I helped you achieve similar. This is your boy Magnus.Magneto from Now and Ever Crew. If you like this video, please comment down below, like the video, subscribe, and don't forget to smash the bell button for more videos. I'll see you tomorrow. Before you go, if you're not completely sick of my face already, don't forget to get my free course, Breaking Made Simple. To access the course, all you have to do is go to the link down below. To get the free download, all you have to do is join the Facebook group, Breaking Made Simple, which is a hub for people to learn, grow, and just get better and become the best b-boys they possibly can, man.